A video game, Flash Fiction. A writing game that begins right about now. It commences by rolling 2 dice to be able to randomly select one of these cartridges. We're having Atari 2600 as a video game console for today, and that Atari 2600 is sitting right here next to me. Let's roll this first dice. We're going to roll this first dice for the column. As you see, there's 6 of them, so from 1 to 6. The 6-sided dice rolls a 1, so clear over there on that column from bottom to top. The 10-sided dice, 1 to 10. We got 7. Well, let's see what video game will inspire the intellectual property free Flash Fiction story for today. Whoa. We have Junior Pac-Man. Well, intellectual property free. And there we have Junior Pac-Man. Okay. I have, let's give ourselves 90 minutes on this clock and try to see where Junior Pac-Man can go, because what the hell else can Pac-Man be? Interestingly enough, and let's just talk this story in, once I set this clock here to 90 minutes and I hit go, we're going to start brainstorming this story and I'm going to start playing this game. I should note, I've already randomly had to do Pac-Man as well as Miss Pac-Man, so this will be the trio of Pac-Man games. This one, Junior Pac-Man. I never owned Junior Pac-Man. I've only ever tried to play to make sure this thing works. I may have played Junior Pac-Man on the console or the arcade box, but that was a distant time ago. And Junior Pac-Man. That said, that shouldn't matter, because Junior Pac-Man exists in their own world somehow. I don't know how yet. Let's hit this button here. Let me get the screen up for me so I can make sure I can see this one a little bit better than I do right now. There we go. And let's see what this game plays. Okay, so there's some circle with the thing that spins on top of their head. And then you do the same thing. You eat the pills, you go after the ghosts. The graphics on here are like a mix between Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man, I feel. Miss Pac-Man had much better graphics than Pac-Man. This one just has repeated graphics of both, but a bigger field. All right, so let's not think about other past games. Let's think about what the hell this person is doing right here. This thing, this circle with a moving mouth of some sort and some sort of propeller that must move it along, right? And the ghosts, like how to play the ghosts a third time. I mean, because it's just the same game with a different name and a bigger field. With a prefix, a junior, a miss. I do appreciate the way they make the Pac-Man font. That's a great, simple design. All right, let's try this again. I just hit the button, I can go again. That's cool. I don't have to hit the reset switch. Allow my addiction just to continue. And that was stupid. Like, I should not have got that. Just so I can get them out of the way. Like, the Pac-Man was a story about someone who's in a political action committee and dies. And this was like the Pac-Man was the afterlife of consumption and dealing with addiction. And that was the one thing they had to let go during death, and the ghosts were parts of that addiction. Yeah, flash fiction is kind of deep. It went someplace. Miss Pac-Man is a race of Pac people, and you're Miss Pac-Man who goes into some of the caverns where your people were enslaved and died to free their souls, and their souls are the ghosts. I mean, and now it's the same everything except for I have to think of a different story, a third story. Like, I wonder, it could be like Pac-Man Jr. Maybe someone was inspired by the Pac-Man game and created some nano something. I mean, we gotta have nano, right? If we don't have nano, what do we have in a story? We have a story without nanos in it. Because I like the propeller. The propeller's the thing is like what's moving the thing. And I feel like this could be some test. Well, how am I going to... Is that an iron? Like, what the hell was floating over in that cutscene? Is that supposed to be a pineapple? Because I think it was fruits. Because in the other games, like, fruits would come out and give you points. So I'm not going to get the blue dots. And I should have. Because then I probably wouldn't be dead. But I think I'm supposed to preserve these things. And then guide them over here. And then you, like, eat them. And then you're like, oh, go, you're all dead. See? Oh, you're not getting away from me. Oh, shoot. And that person's not a ghost anymore. The story. I'm still thinking of the story. This game's, it's addicting. And it's much better than the first Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. And has attributes of Miss Pac-Man, which sort of makes it better. This story, though, I don't want it to be like... Maybe it could be I don't want it to be it could be a sequel. Maybe this would be the offspring of Miss Pac-Man, who was a legendary Pac hero for freeing many ghosts and dead spirits of slave Pacs from the mines. And this Pac's just trying to live up to the glory of their mother. I guess I didn't genderize it really because it was more of like... Just because you have a MS before your name, you're all of a sudden, I mean, I get it in Society of America. It means you're a female gender, not married, MRS. Yeah, you're not married. Like, your status changes based upon your marriage. Like, that's so messed up. That's so weird. Talk about a way to possess a type of human. But Junior, I guess, is not so dire. Maybe I can go there. Maybe this will be my first sequel story related to another flash fiction story. Would that be fair to our readers and listeners now? As if there are any. Someday, maybe. But for right now, we got this story right now. And I think I'm going to go with, I'm going to start writing. I played enough. I'll play again. I'm going to try to make sure I want to see how long the screensaver stays. Cool game. I'm glad I didn't have to program it because I probably would have went insane with all the different sort of tools you had to do to create these games. Okay. Now, let's go off and try to figure out Junior Pac-Man. What is this story? What's your story, Junior Pac-Man? It's even a registered trademark. Is that right? It just has an asterisk, maybe. Who knows? Who cares? Junior Pac-Man. Okay. Now's the decision. Do I just make it a sequel of Miss Pac-Man? I can't remember if Miss Pac-Man was a title for or a ranking or the name. Is it Miss Pac? It's just MS Pac-Man, right? I don't want to pull on that story. I can pull in the world and write around it, write this its own story. It would be my first sequel, but it works out. And I can still talk it aloud to see if I do, because I can't even remember the other one. I can't look at the other story. I use that constraint. If I'm going to write within that world, I'm going to write within that world as I hope to remember it. Thus creating still an original flash fiction story inspired by Junior Pac-Man. But would also be inspired by Miss Pac-Man too, slightly. But after 3 Pac-Mans, it's hard to start to create original flash fiction stories off that name. Political Action Committee was a brilliant spark when I was creating Pac-Man, the video game flash fiction story. Also, within this book, video game flash fiction, on sale at Amazon. And book festivals and Comic-Cons I attend, sell books. All right, so I need to think this story right now. I got to stop whispering about it. I got to start thinking about it. Junior Pac-Man, I think that's just it. I think it's going to be a lower ranking Pac that goes out and tries to free it, so they're new to it, and this is just a test range. Or maybe I can get really abstract. I had that thought and the idea that maybe they're like this Junior Pac-Man is created by scientists, and it's really molecular. I can't say that word right now. Molecular. I can't say it. I'm gonna get beyond it because there's no sense in saying that word over. Very small nano machines, and trained and programmed, and the Junior Pac-Man is it. So I just need to think of an acronym for Pac-Man. And maybe it's inspired by the game Pac-Man. Like this person, it's more of a, instead of trying to take I could still take the video game, but, have a reason why it's called Junior Pac-Man within this story. They are going to get inspired by the original Pac-Man. And they knew nothing. There was an original game called Junior Pac-Man. So maybe this Junior Pac-Man is a small nano machine, and they're testing it inside of a maze. No, that's dumb. That's boring. Not totally boring, but I don't know how exciting I could make that story. Maybe someone else could probably make it a lot better than I, and they should write it. I don't think I want to go there. I'm really set on the sequel, but not making the sequel as if you had to read the other book. So I'm going to take that world. I'm going to do it. I've been meaning to try to do stuff like this, but it's random because I didn't know I was getting this today. Yeah, I think I'm going to connect it with Miss Pac-Man. It's just not even tell the story about Miss Pac-Man, because Miss Pac-Man could now be a higher rank. It's like you start out as a Junior Pac-Man of the World Pac, that you go in and you go find the ghosts that are dead Pac slaves that you want to free because they're trapped there and their spirits trapped there. The glowing dots, if I remember, fudge. I can't remember. I think it's like some crystal that links their soul to. Well, let's make it up again. Let's refine the story. Or let's just make up another story. There's only an hour and 17 minutes left, and I haven't written one word yet. For Junior Pac-Man Jr., Junior Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man. And this could be about how they trained to be a Junior Pac-Man. Do I want to name drop Miss Pac-Man? Because that's like the title, right? To become call out to the past. I think it's about time. When you have when you run into different three, I'm gonna do a call out to the past story. and give some connection to the many previous Pac-Man games that were created by, well, created for the Atari and many other things. To become a Miss Pac-Man. And I think the man is like the role. I don't know why. God, that's so weird. It's like, oh man, Pac-Man. Political Action Committee man was for Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man was. How did I do with the M-A-N? Ma-an. Mon. Maybe I could do something like pronounced. Oh, I could do like this. I think so. What's the acronym for it? Let's expand. Just to become a Miss Pac-Man. So the Pac is the race. The Pac person named. Nothing too weird. I don't want this to be like some weird alien name. Maybe I do. Like where you have like many vowels and weird consonants conflicting and you have weird twists of the tongue and you can almost not say it aloud. No, let's just do it. Einer. Always pronounced Einer. The Pac person named Einer. Joined. What's the MAN? This world is they're connected to their jobs. So the people are freeing from the miners. So miner, maybe miner. Minor. What would the A be? Like minor. We got to think of an acronym for the man. Pac is the race. Miss is the rank. Pac is the race. Man is the job. They're work-oriented beings. Artificial. What is the man? Miner. They're going to go free the souls of the dead miners whose souls, they're so much into work, they entrap themselves. That their very existence, their energy can be entrapped in precious objects or these things they mind. I don't know how yet. So to become a Miss Pac-Man, the Pac person, Einer, joined Miner. The Miner. Like the Miner altar. That just there's that. Yeah. Atonement. The minor atonement. What's some sort of group with an N? Some sort of classification. The minor atonement group. The minor atonement N. Node. No. Namesake? No. Maybe namespace. Maybe named. If I can get this, I just want to get this in right now. Like it could be a compound word, and the night could be an adjective to really what they are, like the night soul freers or something. Or it'd be better if it was one word. Let's think of that. The minor atonement and nay. Like I want like like squad, some sort of collective group, even if it's fun. Better if it's fun. To become Miss Pac-Man, the Pac person named Einer joined the Minor Atonement something. Put an asterisk there. Okay. As a... Let's put the comma back here. So release, know what the Pac person named is. Join the Minor Atonement something as a JR. Or junior. Pac-Man. And wants to become an MS or master okay. That's shout out to the past. Whether this connects with the other story or not, it doesn't matter. The story cannot exist now. It doesn't need to exist, I hope. Let me take a quick pause, recollect my thoughts. I'm going to look at the video game real quick here. I want to play it just a little bit more. I'm going to get some action and be able to actually see if we can go with this story. All right. When it hits, I like how it has a screensaver. It hasn't gone blank yet, and a lot of Atari 2600 games by this time will go blank. There was also the theory that you didn't want the same thing to play or glow on the screen, so I'd have it switching and moving. The old, I don't know if it's true, but at least there seems to be observed instances to where on some of the old TVs it would make an impression or burn it in. Anyway, that's not digital. Here we go. What's the little propeller though? That's what I don't get. And that's stupid of me. That's a junior move. That's not a master move. And I think the junior Pac-Man is just gonna play like I'm playing right now. Like they're not good at it. Yeah. Well, the ghosts have a little bit of faster processor speed too. Oh, I'm gonna get hit again. Man, things move fast. It's weird how I got propelled forward automatically too. It's like God, that's stupid of me. Come on, let me get at least 2 of these. Okay, well, let's get away now. They give you more dots, but there's definitely more area in this than the other one. I feel like this one's it's more like Miss Pac-Man, but bigger. And you have some propeller on your head. What the hell is that? Like, it's got to be... I mean, every time. You know how many times I played this game and I'd done that exact move? Come on. Don't move me forward. You just make me want to go that way. And then I go and I get that, and I can't even... And so these are the dead miners, and then they're obsessed. Maybe their souls are attached to the little... Like, why do they... What's the point? The story behind getting these things that are on the ground in the old mines. And once you consume them, you could then free the spirits. Else, if you don't, they'll stay there forever, or some haunting story like that. This is going to be live too. This is going to be a training session. This is going to be the attempt of the junior becoming a master. I think this works. This is not... it's not total poop. Maybe. So to become Miss Pac-Man, the Pac person named Einer joined the Minor Atonement N, I don't know what that means yet, as Junior or JR or Junior Pac-Man, and wants to become a MS or Master Pac-Man. Become a Master Pac-Man. I'm going to do some repeating here just so I can just kind of not hammer, but at least repeat. To become Miss Pac-Man, the Pac person named Einer joined the Minor Atonement and something as a junior Pac-Man and wants to become an MS Master Pac-Man. To become an MS Pac-Man, the JR Pac-Man chomps. Let's get the name here. Einer chomps through the old mines. Like all ghosts are like all and maybe that's just it. There's that I gotta leave room in my own mind to the possibility that there is some sort of spirit and weird energy connection between things that may be able to get trapped in an area. Some would call it a spirit, others would call it, they wouldn't. So I just gotta stop being a little closed-minded, and it'll help my fiction right now. And it'll help my fiction by allowing myself to see that these old Pac miners who died in these maze mines seeking these precious stones, because they were sort of originally genetically created, and I don't know if I need to get into that here. Or maybe I do. I only have like 600 words, so I can only stand up a world so much. So I need to at least tell some of it. And I'm going to say their spirits are attached to the actual items there. And so the mission of the Pac-Man, so maybe the Minor Atonement N. Coffee, excuse me for that. I gotta figure that out. Maybe the atonement. Just play off the word knights. That's what it's going to be for right now. So to become the Miss Pac-Man, the Junior Pac-Man, Combs? Man. Propels through an old mine. Once a slave. Once a Pac slave mind. To become a Miss Pac-Man, the Junior Pac-Man propels through an old mine. Through an old Pac slave mind. Haunted by many dead Pac miners. Attached to the gems they mined, they left behind. lost in the madness of chomping. Okay, so that's a lot. I mean, I'm going to hit that reader over the head right there. Boom. Here's an entire world that I vaguely described, and a creature you still can't see in your mind, but there's this history of them being minors somehow. And so people are going to automatically, and that's what I got to realize, that I need to write this to the person. I'd like to write this to the person that doesn't know what the hell Pac-Man looks like. That's a big easy right there. Someone's going to think Pac-Man and automatically most of the world, at least most of the world I interact with. And I got to look at that world that I don't interact with, the one that has never heard of Pac-Man. So if you unload this, I got to go describe the Pac-Man in one paragraph. The Pac, rather. The Pac grew in a lab. The Pac race grew in a lab. Into giant spheres. Giant spheres bodies able to process and collect mounds of dirt and rock. Gems and precious metals. Born. Let's do like born grew, so we have like some process as we're telling this story through. So it'd be like the Pac was born. Oh, I hate using the was. The Pac race scientist was born. What the hell? I guess we're in the passive tense because we're not actively going forward. I will just use the to be verb. All right, so the precious metals. So the Pac race was born in a lab into the giant sphere bodies, able to process piles of rock and piles of dirt and rock, filtering the gems and precious metals. The Pac race grew in mines on planets and and universes as their creator sold. The Pac revolted after thousands of years. And became the largest provider. A little bit of a story. We got to give a backstory. Why do they look like the way they look? Well, here you go. The Pac race was born in a lab in the giant sphere body, is able to process piles of dirt and rock from filtering the gems and precious metals. The Pac race grew in the mines on planets and universes on planes. Well, I mean, technically it's plane. But I want planets and universes as their creators sold Sold the back. Sold. The Pac revolted after thousands of years of enslavement and became the largest provider of precious metals. That built machines throughout universes. With the profit from the sale of the goods, the Pac now seek to free the souls of the dead miners who helped keep the Pac alive and work for them to be free. There we go. I mean, let's go. What time we got here? We got 55 minutes left. I think we can add another paragraph of. I want one paragraph. We're just gonna keep it. I like around 800. I'm shooting for 800. If I get 600, I'll feel happy. I feel I've been cutting a little bit of these stories short lately. Maybe I have. But today, I feel like this little bit of backstory is good for this one. I'll just keep it going. No more passive voice, unless I have to. I gotta sneeze. Try not to catch it in the mic. All right, so the Pac base was born in a lab in a giant sphere of bodies able to process piles of dirt. Let's not read that over again because I already read it once. So with the profit from the sale of the goods, the Pac now seek to free the souls of the dead miners the dead Pac miners. Okay. Okay. It's an honor to have this job. And then I can have it. So I have sort of the back history, where they're up to now, and then I can have a paragraph of like what it is to be a Pac-Man, a minor atonement knight. I gotta think that I'm playing off the word knight as in, the medieval genre setting of fantasy or reality, really. I mean, we're knights, and when the name was spelled, typically it's with a K. In this case, it's with an N, because the acronym Pac-Man doesn't have a Pac-Mac. No. The Knight's a knee. Yeah. The Pac's Atonement Night. Maybe that fits. We'll go with it for now. I'm not going to think of much more. But I am going to do it the Minor Atonement Nights. Keep it consistent until I can think of something better. Let's go to the person. Let's focus on Einar. Einar's invitation into the Minor Atonement Nights. Excited, their family. Chomping the ground. And set rely. On the planet. Invitation. I don't know how to spell invitation today. Maybe that's right. It's probably not. I don't care. I got to get beyond it. I need the next sentence, not the invitation. Invitation? Who knows? Speller does. But let's move on. So, The neighborhood threw a party. The neighborhood threw a party, and Einer's name announced through the radio. Was the name, and Einer's name, and the planet broadcast throughout the planet. Their parent, their I don't want parent, their parents, I guess. Their parent, maybe they don't, they're just their parent. You only need one pack. I think they're going to get it. I want this to be a happy story about the success of Einer becoming a Miss Pac-Man. As a junior Pac-Man wants to become the Master Pac-Man. So the Master Pac-Man, we got a little bit, I think. You should at least give 3 paragraphs if you're trying to create a universe. Fortunately, the name alone, I think, is going to trigger a lot of thoughts in people's minds. I hope, I should probably put yellow bodies. They're giant yellow spheres. We got to have a paragraph about fighting their way up, and then the paragraph about what's going to happen in their attempt to become a Master Pac-Man, because they're still a junior Pac-Man, and they still have, as a junior Pac-Man, the propeller on the back of their head that may help them go faster than the spirits. So that's the whole point with the propeller on the back. Hey, it went screensaver. There we go. I want to get a little action there. I don't want to bore the crowd with just my voice and writing words. All right, I'm going to play off the side here. It's very small. It really bothers me that it forces you that one way, like it propels you. And maybe that's the hindrance of wearing the little propeller on their head. I can write that into the story somehow. Because it's just I don't want to go. Let's try this. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can just go this way. I'm going to try to go the other way automatically. Oh, I can, but I have to make a conscious effort for it. And I feel like that's the best way to go. But then if you don't catch it, oh man, the response of this joystick is, you got to blame the tools. But I'm blaming this tool, because this tool is hard to, I got to maybe test another one that I have. I have 10. In some various shape of not working or barely working. Oh wait, I got another live. I haven't even, come on. I mean, if this is they're trying to become an MS Pac-Man as a junior Pac-Man, they're failing miserably right now. They can't even use the spirit gem to then become I don't know what the hell. Let's write more of the story, because it's got to go someplace, and There's only, well, we're halfway through this, 45 minutes left. I will read this aloud no matter the time constraints or the time it takes, and we'll see where we get. So we have this idea of becoming a Miss Pac-Man. But in order to become an MS Pac-Man, you got to be able to survive one of the most complicated mazes there is. So we got to give some story about Einer as a junior Pac-Man and not a master Pac-Man, which is the MS Pac-Man. Einer trained as a JR Pac-Man in empty mines filled with left behind gems and glowing soul gems filled with real life force. Oh man, that's like life force left behind from a dead pack. A creature born to work and with an energy that connects attaches a little bit of their soul to their work object. The most glowing of gems. Okay. To free a pack soul from the mines they work, one must clear the mine of all mining materials, all the precious metals, all the minerals, all the viable material that they were trained and born to mine. One must also find the most precious, this is just a lot of words, I gotta just get it out, most precious of gems that entrap bits of the ghosts, bits of the soul that create the ghosts. Once consumed, these soul gems allow a pack to chomp and free the ghosts. Once all the gems and soul gems are consumed, Einer is slow. Einer is slow, mind blasted from their Pac-Man trainer. Einer was given a propeller hat. To Einer's junior Pac-Man team. Squad's better. The junior Pac-Man Minor Atonement Nights. Yes. That type of night too. I was given a propeller, to help launch Einer into action. The other team made fun of Einer's propeller. But it helped Einer use his chomping ability to win, to earn. What did they earn? They earned the right to test to work as a junior Pac-Man. As a junior Pac-Man, I gotta make sure I put that in all caps because it is an acronym actually. Einer was given a propeller to help launch Einer into action. The other team made fun of Einer's propeller, but it helped Einer helped Einer chomp. It helped Einer chomp to earn to be a junior Pac-Man. Let's just get rid of. So that's the sloppy words I end up writing when I just write like that. And that's all I really need. And maybe if I was like in that narrative and that was a narrator voice, then I'd definitely keep it. But I don't have that type of. I feel like I want omniscient, kind of to the point. As a junior Pac-Man, Einer propelled and chomped and freed ghosts with their team on 6 planets and earned a medal of freedom, of soul of Pac-Man, a freedom man. Something. I don't know how. Probably be like a. No, it's gonna be a full award, so it'd be like a Pac-Man. The global broadcast. The global broadcast of Einer's home planet. The global broadcast of Einer's home planet. As a junior Pac-Man, Einer propelled and freed ghosts with their team on 6 planets and earned a Medal of Pac-Man Freedom Award. The global broadcast of Einer's home planet congratulated. Want to add that, congratulated. I can't forget the previous story. It's best to add it in and make it seem like it's a fun little thing that repeats. The global broadcast of Einer's home planet congratulates Einer on their award. The award earned Einer a solo mission to be a MS Pac-Man who work alone. Einer propelled Alright, so now just write out the game. I think, I may not have succeeded. It doesn't have to be how I play the game, but I'm kind of taking a liking to Einer. Like, I want Einer to succeed, but I want to also play this game. I'm not even going to look. Maybe I'll do better. I'll just listen, because it's over here on the other screen. I'm kind of looking over. Okay. Einer propelled into the mine. Now a catacomb. Being pushed. Einer chomped. There's an H in chomp. That gives it the different than comp. Einer propelled into the mine, now a catacomb, and flowed by base the ghost. How about by the ghosts? Huddled in a cave. Einer chomps. I went from past. Was given his slow blast and propelled. Okay, so let's put it past tense. I want to put this chomped. Chomped blue gems scattered over the rock floor, holding them within. And frightening the dead mine, the ghost mines, who chased. Einer blew past. Yeah, I think blew past a hall, unable to control the propeller on body rather. Like the whole thing's a head, like it's their body. They're a sphere that's yellow and it chomps things and it has this propeller that's pushing it along. Because they want to become a Miss Pac-Man, a Master Pac-Man who clears the catacombs alone and earns the honor to be free their ancestors' souls. I mean, who wouldn't? I would. If there was such thing, and I could be proven that there was such thing as a soul, and somehow, well, it depends on my ancestor, I suppose. If they were not a nice person, I'd probably would not consider it. But say they were. Hey, you know, it'd be worth time. Souls are real. If that could be proven. Beyond just a collection of who that person is right now. Maybe energy plays a part. Maybe connection. Who knows? But for this, they do connect. Their souls do get embedded into these gems. This race of Pac. So Einer blew past the hall, unable to control the propeller-bound body. Ghost sneered. A ghost, a purple ghost, touched Pac, Einer, and their yellow skin shriveled and fell off. Shriveled. Just go shriveled. As the new skin grew, I knew these lone ghosts only had one target. And Einer's propeller helped him fly. So he flew. New. Like I dropped a K on that. I realize typos, but hey, I got time limits here. I got 29 minutes left. I can read over certain mistakes, and that's probably going to be one of them. Purple ghost, like touched, tushed, toshed. I don't even know how to say that, miss typo. Einer and the yellow skin shriveled as the new skin grew. Einer knew the lone ghost had one target now. A glow, a soul glow. Beamed around the corner. And Einer flew by, floated by, flew to it. Ate it and chased the chomp of the gem, the soul embedded the chomp of the soul embedded gem. The chomp of the soul embedded gem shimmered their colored souls. Einer knew they had flew after the ghosts. Chomping a few to flow and hide in their cave, while Einer collected all the gems. A few ghosts touched Einer, shriveling their skin near dead. And quicker than the consumed and processed gems grew back skin. With 2 gems to go, and the ghosts closing in, Einer loses the propeller and slows, and the ghosts approach. And from within, their souls down deep. The mad miner ghosts stop. Einer floats slow to the jams. Near panic, but feeling dead already. I think this might be it. Boom. What time we got? We got 25 minutes left. There could be some messiness, and I can read this a few times aloud, which may need to happen because who knows. I'll probably read the first pretty decent because I edited over that enough times and repeated that out loud that I could probably read over mistakes, but who knows. We'll find out. As I will read and maybe play the game one last time, just a little bit. I want to forget the inspiration, the thing that made it be. The game. All right, I'm going to try to go this way. I'm going to go up, but that's foolish, right? If I go this way and up, though, I think that's best. Because everything seems to want to force you to flow the one way, including the ghost. So if you go oh, shoot, and I just can't react quick enough. I think the trick is not to treat it as I need to guide the ghost after I'm down a tunnel. I should make sure I hit the joystick at the right time to be able to go down the right hall, because I wanted to go up real quick. I didn't want to immediately eat that. I'm actually going to go this way. I don't want to eat that one yet, though. Yeah, I just need... Okay, well... Sometimes you die in video games, most of the time. But fortunately, it's just a video game. All right, I think it's time to read the story and see how it turned out. This was inspired by the flash fiction story I wrote for Miss Pac-Man. This goes a little bit deeper. It is the first, I think, where I kept two stories related. I think. This is related a little bit to Miss Pac-Man, possibly. But I think void of intellectual property. We'll find out. This one is called Junior Pac-Man. Junior Pac-Man. To become Miss Pac-Man, the Pac person named Einer joined the Minor Atonement Knights as Junior or Junior Pac-Man and wants to become a Miss Master Pac-Man. To become Miss Pac-Man, the Junior Pac-Man Einer propels through an old Pac slave mine haunted by many dead Pac miners attached to the gems left behind, lost in the nest of chomping soil for shiny stones. The Pac race was born in a lab into giant yellow sphere bodies able to process piles of dirt and rock filtering the gems, precious metals. The Pac race grew in mines and on planets and universes. The Pac revolted after thousands of years of enslavement, becoming the largest provider of precious metals that built machines through universes. With the profit from the sale of the goods, the Pac now seek to free the souls of the dead Pac miners who kept alive and died. Ah, man, that sucks. There's too much here. I gotta correct some stuff. Yes, it's not always successful, and that's why I'm gonna keep this 21 minutes. I'll read it aloud again, but that's. The pack race was born in. This was slaves hunted the gems, and many dark Pac miners attached to the gems, and many Pac miner souls. I think I just don't need this. I don't know what the hell. I was like trying to read over this right there, and it was just hard to even. What was I thinking? I couldn't even fake understand that. So the pack, this would be the last. As the pack revolted after into giant yellow sphere bodies able to process piles of dirt and rock filling gems for the place grew in mines on planets and in universes. We make some minor universes. Uni. The pack revolted after thousands of years. With the profit from the sale of the goods, the pack now seek to free the souls of the dead pack who kept. I want a comma there. Get rid of that. Who created a pack language to pass on knowledge and plan and worked to free them, for them to be free. Okay. Einer's invitation. Invitation in the Pac Minor Atonement Nights. Comping. Like I'm comping something. Chomping. Through a party. Let's go through it. I'll read that way, but Einer trained as a junior Pac-Man in empty mines filled with with a creature born to work and with energy that connects, that connects a little of their soul. Like chomping metals. And gems, because gems are shiny. To be a free pack soul from the mines they work. One must also find the most precious of. Okay, I think I can read this. I think I could read this more fluent now that I've gone over the mistakes. And we're coming up on time anyway. I'd like to be done within this. We got 17 minutes left. We should be done with this reading right now. This reading, of course, inspired by the brilliant minds who created the Atari 2600 console, as well as this game called Junior Pac-Man, inspiring this flash fiction story called Junior Pac-Man. Junior Pac-Man. To become Miss Pac-Man, the Pac person named Einer joined the Minor Atonement Nights as a junior or Junior Pac-Man and wants to become an MS Master Pac-Man. To become Miss Pac-Man, the Junior Pac-Man Einer propels through an old Pac slave mine haunted with many dead Pac miners' souls attached to the gems they left behind. The Pac race was born in a lab into giant yellow sphere bodies able to process piles of dirt and rock filtering the gems, precious metals. The Pac race grew in minds, on planets, and in universes. The Pac revolted after thousands of years of enslavement and became the largest provider of precious metals that built machines through the universes. With the profit from the sale of the goods, the Pac now seek to free the souls of the dead Pac miners who created a Pac language to pass on knowledge and plan and worked for them to be free. Einer's invitation into the Pac Atonement Nights excited their family, chomping the ground on the planet set Riley Red. The neighborhood threw a party, and the planet broadcast throughout the planet congratulations to Einer. Before Einer left for training, their parents talked about Einer becoming a Miss Pac-Man. Einer trained as a junior Pac-Man in the empty mines filled with gems and soul gems, filled with real life force left behind from a Pac. A creature born to work and with an energy that connects a little of their soul to the work purpose like chomping metals and gems. To free a Pac soul from the mines they work, one must clear the mind of all the viable materials that they were trained and born to mine. One must also find the most precious of gems or metals that entrap bits of the soul that create the ghost. Once consumed, these soul gems allow the Pac to chomp and free the ghosts. Once all the gems and soul gems are consumed, Einer is slow, mind blasted from their Pac-Man trainer to the Einer Junior Pac-Man squad. Einer can chomp. Einer was given a propeller to help launch Einer into action. The other teams made fun of Einer propeller, but it helped Einer chomp to be a Junior Pac-Man. As a Junior Pac-Man, Einer propelled and freed ghosts with their team on 6 planets and earned a Medal of Pac-Man Freedom Award. The global broadcast of Einer's home planet congratulated Einer on their award. The award Einer a solo mission to be a Miss Pac-Man who worked alone. Einer will earn Miss Pac-Man if free ghost, said the trainer. Einer propelled into the mine, now a catacomb, and flowed by the ghosts huddled in a cave. Einer chomped blue gems scattered over the rock floor, holding within and frightening the ghosts' minds who chased. Einer blew past a hall, unable to control the propeller body. Ghosts sneered. A purple ghost touched Einer, and the yellow skin shriveled. As the new skin grew, Einer knew that these lone ghosts had only one target now. A soul glow of gem beamed around the corner, and Einer flew to it, ate it. The chomp of the soul embedded the gems, shimmered their colored souls of the ghosts. Einer flew after the ghosts, chomping a few to flow back into the huddle of their cave while Einer collected all the gems. A few touched Einer, shriveling their skin on Einer and then making it hard to consume as the skin grew back. With only 2 gems left, the ghost closed in. Einer's propeller stopped, and Einer floated, moving slow. And within their souls down deep, the miner ghosts stopped. Einer floated slowly to the gems, near panic, but feeling dead already, consumed the final 2 gems and freed the ghost souls. We congratulate Einer on earning Miss Pac-Man across the universe broadcast. Well, that ending was a little bit ad-libbed. Will be edited in before this thing becomes a publication like, well, this book right here. Pretty soon, a second one will be released. Maybe it'll be about sports. Maybe it'll be about and include this story. But regardless of the story, it's time to finish it. And we'll go ahead and we'll at least finish it for today by trying to remember it somehow and make a note. And of course, I'm going to turn off this video game. and set it on the stack of written stories. And that is video game flash fiction for today. That is the story. Time to go create others. Until then, until the next time, game on.